Again. I'm pleased to bring in foreign policy expert Harley Lippman and executive vice president at the Heritage Foundation, Derek Morgan. Great to see you both.
You too.
See you.
Derek, first to you. Tehran begging for a deal, but Tehran is also notorious for stalling. So here we are at another crossroads and another decision that we expect to come potentially in the next few days.
Yes, the president's given them, he says 2 or 3 days or maybe through the weekend to get serious about this. He's not going to allow them to control the Strait of Hormuz. It has to be open to all the world's shipping, and he's not going to let them have a nuclear weapon. So those are two of the big red lines. Also, the proxies that Iran uses against our allies in the Middle East have to be under control as well. So they have a couple days now. It seems like the president was right on the brink and got pulled back by some of the Arab allies in the region. But now's the time for them to get serious about a deal.
Harley, and the deal must have the agreement they will not enrich uranium and never have a nuclear weapon. Previously on the broadcast today, Brigitte Gabriel joined us. She said they're not going to do it. Are you in agreement with her?
Yes, I don't see Iran agreeing to that. It would be a wonderful development if they did, and that an agreement would be completely enforceable, which would mean inspections anytime, anywhere, complete dismantlement of their nuclear program, and the turning over of all their enriched uranium. And to accomplish that is really maybe a bridge too far. So I am worried, but I want to echo our guest and what he said. He was spot on. But the one thing I want to add of a concern is that even if we get a nuclear agreement with Iran and they open the Strait of Hormuz, my worry is that in return, they're going to want sanctions lifted, economic aid, which they'll use to build up their missile program, rearm and further arm their proxies, and threaten our allies in the Gulf. So I worry about what the end game is, which is why I think at the end of the day, taking out their oil facilities and breaking the regime once and for all is really the only way we're going to get peace and resolution with this conflict.
You both make excellent points. Now let's bring in the economic leverage that the United States have. This is Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the U.S. is hardly alone in facing terrorism, but he says the No Money for Terror conference where he was today is serious. No money for terror means no room for any excuses. Here's the Secretary.
Crushing the threat of terrorism compels all of you to step up and join us in rooting out financing that sustains it, from shell companies that are embedded within Europe to shadow banking networks that lurk across the Middle East and drug cartels across the Western Hemisphere.
Calling them right out to their faces there. Derek, pick up on that and how you think it's going with the economic leverage outside of the United States, because we know we've had sanctions and they've increased.
Yeah, that's right. And the most obvious form of economic pressure right now is the blockade that needs to stay up. That is really putting a squeeze on their oil revenues. We've seen previous action from some of our allies in the region that they are really putting the pressure down financially on Iran as well. And here the Secretary is saying that has to remain and Europe has to step up to the plate as well. The fact is we're going to have maximum pressure. We militarily completely dominate over Iran right now. The economic pressure is going to increase. It's going to be a matter of will their regime continue to be dominated by the theocratic radicals there, or will some more pragmatic leadership step up to the plate and make a deal?
Harley, I'll give you the final word. 20 seconds to you.
Yeah, Derek is spot on. The blockade is the most effective way because it deprives them of $500 million a day, which they badly need. But at the end of the day, sanctions are very, very tough with elusive regimes like Iran, their shadowy oil fleets and their money merchants. Very, very difficult to have enforceability on that. But it's worth the effort, and we will have made progress with it, but it's going to be very, very challenging.
And as you note that, we should note the U.S. seized an Iranian oil tanker in the Indian Ocean overnight, according to officials. So there you have it. When you talk about shadow fleets, obviously everything is in play and being tracked.